All right, well, should we just dive right in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm excited for this episode.
Me too. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Red Wine and Chaos that we are excited for.
Yeah. It's Lar.
It's Ash. And thank the good Lord that it is not Satan's asshole hot outside.
I am so excited for this time of year. We talked about this earlier today, but like to go to bed at night and wake up in the morning and be like, it's brisk.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe I have to start my day in my home office in a sweatshirt.
Yeah. Like the breeze that's coming through your window right now is phenomenal. It's still so fucking hot in my apartment because of the upper level hell that I am in up there. So I still have to run my air conditioning against my will, but only parts of the day, not the whole day.
Right.
Yeah. So when I get home, I'll be able to shut it off because it's still hot up there right now. And like I turn it on and off throughout the day because I get tired of it running all day. And then like it's not fun during podcast recordings or Zoom meetings or any of the above. That noise in the background.
As you all heard. All heard it a few weeks ago.
But I'm ready for fall. I keep seeing the memes.
I saw a meme the other day and it made me think of you and me. All of
our people that love fall because all of us love fall because we love fall. We love fall attire.
Yes.
Every single one of us.
And it was like, we know skinny jeans are out, but can we bring this look back? And it was the skinny jeans, tall boots, big scarf, like jacket or long duster, or like, can we bring that back?
It left? Question mark?
Apparently.
It didn't leave my wardrobe.
Not mine either. And I'm fucking excited for it. I'm here for it.
Did not leave my wardrobe ever. I rock it every fall and winter. Maybe
I do need some new boots though.
Yes. I mean,
I need some new boots.
When do you not need new boots?
Never.
I love boots. I have lots of boots and I love them.
I never don't need boots.
Yeah. And sneakers. You know, sneakers are in any season with the exception of winter for the most part.
Here.
You know, here. My sneaker, you know, like it's too hot sometimes. Nice. I'll still rock them in the summertime, but I'm ready for sneakers and shackets and hoodies and
leggings.
Sneakers and hoodies, leggings, boots, jackets, coats. You know, I'm still working on expanding that coat collection.
Yeah, I'm ready for sweatshirts and beanies and
all of the above.
I'm just ready.
Beanies. I wish I could rock a beanie. I am literally that meme with the guy from Shameless.
So am I, but I do it anyway. You don't think so?
No, you can pull a beanie off.
Thanks.
You absolutely can pull a beanie off. No, I look
cool.
Very
well, you
different.
look like Shameless in a beanie, and I look like Pharrell in a derby hat. So, checkmate.
Facts. I can do the ones with the pom-poms on top, but not the beanies. But pom-poms don't look good to wintertime. You can't do a pom-pom in the fall. You look foolish.
I mean, a little.
But I can do those hats in the fall.
You can do those.
It's too hot to do them in the summertime.
Because they're thick hats, right? They're like
bold. Yeah. I wanted to wear one to the dinner that we're about to tell you about. I would have died.
You would have died.
But let's jump in because we have a lot to talk about with that. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. So if you listen to the last couple episodes, you know we've been talking about this for weeks now. On Laura's birthday, we went to Free Run Cellars, and it's a winery here in West Michigan over in the Berrien Springs area. And it is dreamy and beautiful. And
it's a little deceiving pulling up because we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But we couldn't see anything.
No, because you could only see that tiny little building. And we thought, we're going for this sold out dinner. Like, where are they putting everyone?
Yeah.
And then you go into the back and it's like, it is, I honestly, like, there's no other way to describe it other than dreamy.
It is dreamy.
It was dreamy.
So we're going to paint you the full picture here in just a moment. But here's how amazing this day went. We were so welcomed and loved by the staff. They knew we were coming.
Yeah.
We were like local celebrities in that.
It really felt like it.
It was so fun and
for our first time. It felt like it.
So they knew we were coming. They knew about our podcast, the staff.
Oh,
anyways.
you're the podcast girls.
Yeah,
that's what they kept saying.
You're
you're the chaos girls.
Yeah, and it was insane. And we were like, yeah. And then they were like, happy birthday. Like, they knew it was my birthday. Like, Georgia, our dear friend Georgia, who is head of Kitchen and Cakes Catering, who partnered with Free Run for the meal. She definitely put everybody on. Like, they're coming. This is what they do. These are my people. And it was amazing. So we walk in, and in this building, when you first walk in, before you get to the beautiful, amazing, dreamy scenery in the back, they do have a bar in there. It's a small little area for seating and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a small.
Reminded me of like a
small batch tap room.
Yeah. It almost reminded me of like a nice clubhouse in a golf course.
Yeah, like a smaller clubhouse.
Yeah, like a smaller clubhouse like feel, but it was really, really nicely done. So we stopped in to get a glass of wine first because we were early and they were still setting up. And so...
and as you know, if you remember, we did not read ahead to realize that it was a white wine dinner.
Yeah.
And we are called Red Wine and Chaos.
Yeah.
So it's not that we weren't thrilled about the wine. We were just thrown off because we thought it might be a mix.
Yeah. And it actually, to our surprise, ended up being. Right.
So we wanted to get there early to definitely get...
Which we may have, if we were sommeliers, we may have known that ahead of time. But because we are wine reviewers for the people, we did not realize that it was...
So listen, this sommelier for Free Run Cellars and Round Barn and all of those places down there, could you please give us a lesson? Like, we're begging you, because clearly
they talked to us about us going in there
and
did. Meeting. So we'll get there.
Let's put that on the books.
We got to spend some time with these amazing folks from Free Run after the dinner was complete, and we just were talking to them about the podcast. They had actually taken the time to listen to an episode, at least one episode, before we got there. And she spoke to us about it.
Yeah.
Was her name Jen?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Jen at Free Run. Such a sweet, lovely, lovely person. And she was so funny and so much fun. And so we look forward to seeing her in the future. With that being said, we also got to meet with like the director of their marketing, I believe, or their head of their marketing. And we're just discussing what we do, and they gifted us. We asked them, could we get a bottle, which we fully intended on.
I did, and yes. I was asking for a recommendation because we knew what we were going to do with that bottle, right? This episode was always going to happen.
Right.
And we were always going to review one of their wines.
Right. To discuss.
On this episode to talk about this dinner because it was like... After we ate that dinner, it was so solidifying for me that this was going to be this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
dedicated.
Without question.
To both Free Run and Kitchen and Kegs. Like,
yes, because they deserve every minute of this shout out.
And so we asked, like, what do you recommend that we take home? We typically drink reds, but we liked the whites. Like, do you have anything that you suggest? Mm-hmm. And being the wonderful people that they are, we get to sit here with a
Sangiovese,
a pretty exclusive bottle.
It is. So they just literally released this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just literally. Like, it's not even like out there like that fully yet.
And it's the only, what did he say? It's the only Sangiovese on the west
lake, on the Lake Michigan shore.
Yep.
Lake Michigan shore grown Sangiovese. So I was going to ask you, is it in your Bible of wine over there?
It is.
Perfect. So Ashley's going to find that so that we can speak correctly to what the fuck a Sangiovese is, because while it's sitting in my hand right here, I know that it's a delicious red wine. However, there is a whole thing. It's a grape thing, and there is some real technicality behind it, which would lean towards why it's special, because it is the only one grown on the west side and bottled on the west side of the state.
And it's a small batch, right? Isn't that what it says?
Batch.
Why don't you read the back?
Yep. So here's the description on the bottle. Free Run Cellars offers the first ever released Lake Michigan shore grown Sangiovese. This reserve Sangiovese is one of a kind. Its deep red color and perfect balance of tannin and fruit deliver an exceptional finish. Free Run Cellars is a small batch winery where the Moersh I believe it's Moersh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Moersh family is free to push the boundaries of creative winemaking. Our passion is evident in each bottle, and we know you'll savor every sip.
So this says, I don't have my glasses on.
Lord have mercy.
I know.
I would give you mine, but you and I both know mine won't do you a goddamn good.
No, because they're covered with dirt and fingerprints.
Well, and that may be true. However, your eyes are fucked. Shots fired on both sides. Pew, pew, pew.
So this says key flavors are rose petals, cold tea, tar, black cherry, herbs.
I taste the black cherry.
Yeah.
For sure. But it also had something to do with the specific type of grape, didn't it?
Yeah. Identity.
You're getting there?
Yeah.
Tell me to shut up?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Identity is moderate color, medium bodied, high in acidity and tannin. It says drink young and develops. Oh, there's a grammatical typo here. Develops a orange rim with age. It's supposed to be A-N, because it comes before a word that starts with a vowel.
Dropping the ball.
God damn it, 1980 Wine Journal.
You know, the 80s are great for a lot of things. Evidently, grammar isn't one of them.
No, everyone was coked out.
Please continue.
Key regions, Tuscany and Italy, particularly Chianti, California, Argentina, and Australia.
So, literally, we tried 4 different wines. We'll get to those types during the dinner.
5, if you count what we had, the Pinot that we
had
yes,
before. I'm sorry, because we did. We got a Pinot heading into, because that's our go-to, right? So, and if we're gonna judge a winery, we're gonna start with our go-to and our know-how. The Pinot was delicious.
It was really light. It was light. Very easy to drink. It was It
went down fast.
And it was nice in that hot weather. Surprisingly for a red wine.
It was.
It was really nice.
And they had it, like slightly not chilled. They had they had taken the room temp off. Yeah, it was cooled. They knew what they were doing. This right here, delicious.
It's so good.
It's very nice. It's super smooth. John tried it. He said it is a little bit tart. I can taste the cherry tartness from it. It's fantastic.
But it's very good.
It's going down quickly.
It's very easy to drink. It's bright. It's flavorful. It's not spicy. It's
not spicy.
It's very good. And we made this joke while we were sitting there. If when I was pregnant with Oliver, I told everybody that if I had an ugly baby, just to tell me my diaper bag was cute, and I would just know that my baby was ugly. And that's all that needed to be said. We didn't need to talk about it anymore.
Right.
And so we told that story to the director of marketing and to Jen, and they laughed and thought it was funny. And she was like, well, maybe we should come up with a code word in case you don't like the wine. But no joke, not blowing smoke. We don't even need it. It's so good.
No, and we're not even gonna lie to you. We were very relieved.
Yeah.
When we took our first sip, we were like, oh, thank God, this is delicious, because that would suck if that would suck if it wasn't. No, not shitting you. We had that conversation before we took our first sip, but it is so good, and we are not blowing smoke. I'm giving it 3 cheers, clearly.
Same.
It is fantastic.
It's good.
So well done. And so
congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. So
hey, Red.
We have got to basically play out this experience for you from start to finish, because it was definitely one that I'll forever remember.
Yeah.
It was such a good time.
Yeah.
I'm still talking about it. I'm still thinking about it. And it was better than I could have ever expected.
I agree.
It was my favorite it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
I mean, Ashley's done, she came out to Vegas and surprised me on my birthday. She's done some over the top shit, but this was definitely by far one of my favorite memories, and for a number of reasons. But, yeah. So let's start with the fact that, again, we mentioned before, we're like, oh, dang, there's not a lot of meat in this meal.
We did look at the menu ahead of time, and we were like, oh, there's 0.
We are carnivores. And we were like, damn, okay, well, maybe we'll have to. And we mentioned on the episode, we may have to do a Taco Bell run on the way home. Yeah. Georgia literally texted us an hour before this podcast recording and said, I just listened to the most recent episode. Inquiring minds need to know, did you do a Taco Bell run? No, we absolutely did not. I left there completely stuffed and overly satisfied and feeling good as shit. And I definitely had a good buzz. Yeah, I had a nice buzz. In addition to an outstanding lineup of wine, which we'll get to in a second, we started with a glass of Pinot, but we then followed before dinner started because we were not sure if we were going to like the dinner wine, being that it was white.
Correct.
So we wanted to make sure we had an alcoholic beverage for the table. Don't judge us. Fuck that. I don't even have to say that. If you listen to this motherfucker by now, you know that we enjoy our beverages.
And if you're new and you don't participate in...
This ain't the show for you.
It's not for you.
Sorry.
We love you, but it's not for you.
Yeah, unless you maybe are 420 friendly, but... whatever. So we ordered some cocktails from the bar. Fucking delicious.
They were so good. And they were like craft cocktails. So it wasn't like a gin and tonic.
No.
They were, I was so blown away by the fact that like the Pinot we just had was very, very good. Mm-hmm. And now I'm following it up with this really, really great cocktail. Mm-hmm. We split them. We got one of each that we wanted. And
they were both fantastic.
Halfway through. But they were so good.
They had, the one we did, it was like a lemonade style craft cocktail, but it had like fruit. So it had like blueberry and raspberry, I think,
like
or
a puree
something.
Or something.
Yeah,
at the
like
bottom.
some sort of fruit puree mixed in there with it. Vodka, some other stuff. I can't even remember. I should have taken a picture of the cocktail menu, but I
took a picture of the cocktails.
Yeah. And they were
not the menu.
And they were beautiful to look at.
They were so pretty.
In addition to that. The second one that we got was what they call like their, I think it said something like a work of art is what it was titled.
Yep.
Proceeds, some of the proceeds of that cocktail go towards
a local charity.
It was
right?
a local charity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we thought, well, amazing. Love that. Right? Sold. That one was another, I don't even know what was in it. I feel like it was a vodka base though.
Probably.
Was I wrong?
Maybe. I don't know.
Can't remember. Anyways, beautiful to look at. Both delicious in taste. Outstanding.
So good.
They were so good.
Even the, what were they making? Old fashioned? The fig one?
The fig old fashioned? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looked so good.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but it looked good.
I would have tried it if I was with someone that maybe would have followed it up with finishing it.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah, it was delicious. So that's where we started. We sat down. How many people would you say were there?
Maybe 50.
Yeah, I would say about 50 people. That was about my guess. The tablescape was adorable.
Oh, it was so pretty. So we sat underneath a bunch of trees, right on the like vineyard lines.
Yeah, right on the edge of the lines.
The grapes were right behind us.
Yeah, and the tables were all wooden tables, wooden chairs. It looked very rustic. It felt very rustic.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah, they have baby's breath.
Right? Yep, with all like clear vases, glass vases, and it was very simple and very well done, very clean, very pretty, and very light for summer, right? And so, we were probably some of the younger folks in attendance.
Yeah.
But we had so much fun sitting by the people that we did.
Yeah, we did. We sat right in between two groups of people.
Yeah.
And both were equally a riot.
Yeah, and they traveled. They were not local to the area.
The ones next to me were.
Okay.
Yep,
the folks
the ones next to you were not.
There was a couple from Granger, Indiana, and then the gentleman across from me was from Chicago area.
Yep.
And they came in specifically for this dinner, which was sold out.
Yeah.
It sold out. Although there were 2 seats across from us, and we stole some of their... Well, we didn't, but the lady next to us stole some of their appetizers because they were that fucking good.
Yeah, the local lady. She was like, well, I'm not shy. And she...
And then I don't know if you saw her. She was like trying to talk us into it. She's like, do you want me to hand you the other plate? We were like... I wanted to be like, will that make you feel better if we take it? She totally wanted to not be the only one. Her husband...
they did. To be fair, they did offer it to us.
They did.
The staff.
Yeah, and her husband was smashing over there.
He was fun.
He was funny. So, again, it was a beautiful setting. So, first course came out.
It was a crostini trio.
It was served with a Pinot, and I'm not.
Here we go, Lart. Do it.
Oh, Lord
Do
have
it.
mercy.
Do it.
I think we were trying to read this at the dinner as well, if you recall.
I do.
Pinot I don't even know. Munir.
Oh.
Munir.
That came right out of your ass, and I am proud of you.
Rosé.
That one I got.
I got that one. I got the first two. The first and the last. That one in the middle can get fucked. So, but in reading that, I expected a genuine rosé.
Yeah.
No, this was a dark rosé.
Yeah, it was a Pinot Noir.
Right. Well,
rosé. Yeah.
It didn't say
I didn't know
noir.
that.
It said Minier. I didn't know what that meant. So it came out with a dark rosé. I didn't even know they made such a thing.
Mm-mm.
But the gentleman who was speaking about the wines from Free Run,
I think his name was Matt.
Matt looked very familiar to us, and we could not put our finger on
I need you to help us.
Yeah, Matt.
Connect these dots, please.
We thought he looked similar to another guy that we knew from the industry, but it definitely wasn't him. And then we found out what his name was, and I still cannot put my finger on how we know that. I can't either. Guy. So, but we know him from somewhere. I just don't know where. So this dark rosé came out, and I was pleasantly surprised. And
it was very good.
It was very good. It was an amazing start to this meal. And the crostini trio was phenomenal.
It was so good.
So there were 3 of them.
Yep.
There was a goat cheese and apricot one.
Best one on the plate.
Best one on the plate. It was fucking phenomenal. With local Michigan honey. It was drizzled with a local Michigan honey. There was an avocado bruschetta with reduced balsamic. Not Ashley's favorite, but it's because she doesn't like avocado. She still enjoyed it, though. And still
ate the whole thing.
She did eat the whole thing. Just removed a large chunk of avocado.
I did.
But that's fair.
I kept some of it, though.
Listen, if you liked avocado, it was fantastic. It was like the best version of an avocado toast. A mini avocado toast. And then the third one was basically fucking dessert, okay? It's phenomenal. Pomegranate and dark chocolate with a citrus cream cheese.
So that cream cheese that was on there,
I could have bathed in it.
I could use that, I feel like, for so many different, like a piece of smoked salmon.
Oh, yeah.
Would have been really good on that.
Fuck yeah.
But they put pomegranate, the pomegranate seeds or whatever.
And shaved very lightly, not much at all, shaved
of the
dark
cocoa.
chocolate.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
It was so good.
And Ashley and I, like, first of all, we like to eat. That's no surprise.
Hello, you don't get this dancer's body by starving.
Yeah, you don't get these fucking perfect physiques without the work that we put in on a plate. Now, listen, we smashed those motherfuckers.
They did not last long.
I'm looking around and everybody's just so daintily, aside from the gal who ate the second round.
Yes.
The people to the right of me were all very, they were talking about it, and I'm over here like, like obviously not making
2 bites max.
Gone, inhaled completely. Smash the wine.
Smash the wine.
Keep in mind, we are borderline alcoholics, but they're not pouring you full pours, right? You're getting a sample. It's just a taste.
Yeah.
It's a tasting. They definitely gave me a very light first tasting. They gave more Ashley in her glass. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I peeped that. I don't know if you peeped that. Mine was like this much.
They flipped it for the rest of the rounds.
So we be watching. Ashley was eyeballing my glasses.
Can't keep that shit consistent.
So, but it was an amazing pair.
Yeah, it was.
It worked so well together.
I'll save that for the end.
You're gonna say that for the end.
I'm gonna save it for the end.
All right. Okay. So that was the first round. Delicious.
3 cheers.
3 cheers. We're gonna. Perfect.
Yeah, 3 cheers for the food. 3 cheers for the wine. It was so good.
It definitely opened my eyes as well to considering that. First of all, I didn't know there were anything but a traditional rosé.
Yeah.
Eyes open. So I'll be looking for.
I love it.
Darker rosés.
Love it.
Second course.
Course number 2.
Mm-hmm.
A panzanella salad.
Yeah, didn't know there was such a thing.
No.
Okay, Georgia, and our dear friend Georgia, is very, very knowledgeable about her food. She's been doing this catering thing for an extremely long time, and they are very, very good at what they do.
Yes, they're very efficient.
Yes, and they have nailed it, and they have put on some phenomenal weddings and receptions, and people continue to rave about it, and now I know why.
Mm-hmm.
A panzanella salad. So she came out and did this amazing explanation of that, which is it's very traditional. It's like a traditional Italian salad, and I had no idea. But it's when you think of salad, it's not your traditional salad.
No, you think of greens, and that's what you think of in a salad, and that's not what this was.
No, there were no greens at all.
Or some basil.
It was literally like a bread base.
Yep.
So there's this whole process with the bread that they do and then they soak it in olive oil, and it's seasoned, and it's delicious, and it's baked off, and it's better than a crouton, right?
And then, my gosh, so much better.
Yeah, and it's not hard like a crouton either. It's much softer. And then it was tossed with shallots, basil, red wine vinegar, garlic, Dijon, olive oil, but then it had cucumbers, tomatoes, and red onions.
Yep.
And it was delicious.
It was so good. It was so like, you think bread and you think heavy.
It was not.
It was so light and so refreshing, and it had some mozzarella on the top.
Oh yes, that's right. It did. It had the fresh mozzarella on top too, which Georgia said
that's not traditional.
That's not traditional, but because she loves cheese, and we ain't mad at you.
That's what we got.
We love you, girl. We ain't mad at you.
Give me all the cheese.
All the cheese. It was nice.
It was good. And I think it was a nice in between, like thinking back on it, it was a nice in between the trio and the next dish. Because it was, I think that's part of the reason why we left feeling fuller than we might have normally, right? Because of the bread and because of the, the lightness. You were able to eat more of it. And like, I could not stop eating that bread.
No. I ate the whole thing.
I did too. And I wish that they would have like brought me just a loaf of that bread or like just a bowl of like the chunks of the bread, because I would have just like ate it like delicious. Popcorn.
Yeah, it was delicious. They paired that with the Sauvignon Blanc. Now, full disclosure, it's not my favorite.
It's my least favorite white.
It probably is my least favorite white as well.
It was not bad. No. And it paired very well with the salad.
It did. Because of the bread, I think it paired very well with the salad.
And the dressing and the
seasonings and everything. The Dijon, I think it paired well.
Yeah.
I drank it all.
I did too.
I didn't leave anything in the glass.
Nope.
It's just, we're not white wine drinkers. And we were open-minded, and we drank it all. Was it my favorite? No. I will say the next white that we tried was better, in my opinion, than the Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah. I would give that Sauvignon Blanc a 2.
A 2. That's what I would give it.
It was nice, and I think
if you like Sauvignon Blancs,
you would probably give it a 3.
You would give it a 3.
Yep.
It wasn't. It's just it's a palate thing.
Yep.
It definitely was good though, and it made sense. Good. I understand.
It
why
did
they
make
did what
sense.
They did. Yep.
That's a great way to put it. It made sense for the dish, and as someone who doesn't drink white wine, I think 2 is pretty good.
Absolutely. It wasn't bad by any means. It just was not my favorite of the night. It was my least favorite of the evening.
Yeah.
But again, even on that
doesn't make it bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. So
course 3.
2. Well,
that was course 2.
What are you giving course 2?
As far as the food?
Yeah.
A 2.5.
Yeah. That's probably where I would sit too.
A 2.5. It wasn't as amazing as the Crostini's, but it was still very good.
It was very, very good.
Still very, very good. And literally it's a 2.5 based on the rest of the dishes that are yet to follow.
Yeah. I mean,
so
man,
here we go. Course 3. My favorite course of the meal.
Here's the meat.
Here's the meat. There was meat. We lied. Very little meat. But the meat was an essential piece of this dish. And it was very small, but it was very powerful. Very mighty.
So course 3 was a prosciutto and pea pasta.
Mm-hmm. So it was paired with a dry Riesling. This pasta was fucking phenomenal.
May have been one of the best things I've eaten.
May have been one of the best pasta dishes I've eaten in a very, very long time, for sure. Surprised the shit out of me, because when I read that, I was like, meh.
Right.
Hopefully that's decent. Now, here's the star of the show. The sauce.
That buttercream sauce?
That cream sauce was fucking
so good.
Phenomenal. I talked to the chef.
Yeah.
Was able to meet him while we were in using the restroom.
So not together. So
no.
So my rider for the next time we have to record at your house is the cream sauce.
Okay.
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 Fair enough. So I had to get the breakdown on the sauce. I couldn't
Yeah.
stop thinking about the sauce after. It actually was. We talked to him between the dinner and the dessert course. It was so light for a cream sauce.
So good.
But it was so flavorful.
Like velvety and like melt in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And just, we're doing this dish a disservice by the way we're describing it, because I can't come up with anything else other than how fucking good it was.
I mean, and you just have to try it. But here, he gave me the preparation to understand why it was so good.
Should we keep that private?
Maybe. Damn, I was really going to try to help y'all out. I want to see if I can recreate it first.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can recreate it.
If I can recreate it, then I'll share.
But it's this light, buttery, velvety cream sauce.
Mm-hmm. And it's very simple. I mean, when I'm talking about it is very simple when it comes to execution. I'm a good cook. I can cook and I can take direction, and I'm going to nail that shit. But it had prosciutto. It was penne pasta, which the pasta was obviously not homemade. I mean, they're doing an offsite catering, for God's sakes. Homemade pasta is a lot.
For 50 people, too. I mean, that's...
But I can't imagine. I don't know how to make my own pasta. I've never attempted, and nor will I, because it's too close to baking. No, thank you. It's very
I'm over here like, oh, we should try.
Yeah, maybe you should try.
Maybe I should try.
I'll do the sauce. You do the pasta.
Done.
Let's try it.
Okay.
We'll
it's probably not going to be penne.
No, because you'd have to have a machine.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't matter. It could be the wide Alfredo noodle type. Would be great in this.
Yeah.
Prosciutto, peas, fresh peas. They were fresh peas. Roasted red peppers, and then the scratch-made buttercream sauce. Oh my Lord, have mercy.
I could have licked the bowl.
I think we almost did, and it was. And the gentleman across from me was like, "Oh, that's good." Yeah. And he was a little bit. He was not a fan of the panzanella, just because. Again,
he wanted a salad.
He was looking for a traditional salad. But everybody had amazing things to say about this pasta. Everyone wanted to lick the bowl. Yeah, for real. It was amazing. And so 3 all the way around. And the Riesling was perfect for that dish.
Yep.
It was, for a white wine, it was enjoyable for me.
I don't know. Isn't Riesling typically sweet?
Yes, and this was a dry.
And I didn't hate that.
No, because it wasn't. It's not, and it wasn't dry in the sense that you think about a dry white,
right?
Like a shard,
right.
Which I'm not. I'm so glad there was none of that.
Same.
It was what you would consider a dry Riesling, so it's going to cut some of the sweetness of a Riesling that's normally super sweet, and it was good. It was good. I would give for a white, I'm giving it a 3.
Yeah. I was going to probably do like 2.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3. And I think it's because it went with that pasta, which if I could give that a 10, I would.
I would give it a 1,000.
Yeah.
So it was so good. Yeah. And that wine, again, the overarching theme is that the winery knocked it out of the park with the pairing.
Yeah, and get this.
The food.
We were told after the fact that they didn't even get to taste to pair. It was a discussion. It was a blind pairing. Georgia went and sat with them and met with them, and I believe the chef as well, to talk about the flavors of the dishes, but they didn't do a live tasting with the wines.
Right.
So they met with the winery, and obviously they had their person there, their sommelier or whoever, to pair the wines, and they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. It was so good.
It was so good.
That course for me was like the highlight.
Absolutely.
It was.
Without question.
It was so good. I could have had 4 more bowls of that pasta.
And,
and
pasta
you could have rolled me down 94.
Pasta fills you up, but I didn't feel like
overly stuffed.
Because the sauce was not heavy.
Yeah.
It was perfection. And then final course with any amazing traditional Italian menu is going to be a tiramisu, right? And I can't say that I'm normally a huge fan of tiramisu. When I say I'm not a huge fan, it's not. I will always eat it if it's somebody else orders it.
Yeah.
When we go out for a lot of times we go out for these work dinners and we go to an Italian steakhouse or an Italian house, an Italian restaurant. Somebody always orders tiramisu. It's not something that I'm going to pick. I'm always going to pick the cheesecake or something else, right? But I love coffee.
Yeah.
I really, truly enjoy coffee. And so it's not a flavor thing for me. It's just, it's not my go-to.
Sure.
But good tiramisu is good.
And that tiramisu
was amazing.
It was so good.
And I think one of the reasons why I liked it, which I think makes it a little bit different than tiramisu I've had before, was it was so soaked in the coffee.
Yeah.
That there was like remnants of the coffee on the plate. We love coffee.
Yeah, we're coffee and wine.
Yeah.
That's our jam.
And the coffee was locally sourced.
Yeah.
From
Kalamazoo.
What was the name?
I can't remember. Shit. So
Ron's Beans.
And so Ron started this coffee company. Georgia gave us the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Ron started this coffee company for Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
To donate proceeds to Make-A-Wish. His daughter, I believe, had cancer.
I think so. Somebody
and was part of the Make-A-Wish program.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to continue to give back, so he roasts these beans, and proceeds go towards Make-A-Wish to make other people's dreams come true.
Right. And so, first of all, locally sourced stuff, or anybody that's local to us, is always somebody that we're trying to support.
Yep.
And he's in local, some of the local markets around here. I think she said Fresh Time. Is that what she said? Fresh Time?
No. Midtown.
Okay, Midtown Market. Midtown Fresh. I was trying to merge the two together.
Okay, I'm here for you.
Thank you.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. Phenomenal. The tiramisu was very good.
It was so good.
This was paired with the rosso.
I did not know that was red.
I did not know what it was.
No,
until
I didn't
it
either.
Came out,
and it was very good.
It was very good. It was what they would consider, I believe, a dessert wine, but not like, when I say dessert wine, not like a port.
No.
This is just meaning like something that you'd pair with a chocolate, with a dessert.
Yeah.
It was, it wasn't like crazy sweet, because it didn't like overpower you with a dessert type of, but it wasn't extremely dry or anything.
No, because you wanted to combat that coffee too.
And it was chilled.
It
was
so nice.
So good.
It was so nice.
It was so good.
That course, the whole course is a 3 for me.
3, both sides.
Yep.
Of that one as well.
Yep.
So,
we have to talk about what happened during dessert.
So we went inside. That was when I got the breakdown. I got the secret recipe for the cream sauce. We come back out, waiting for dessert. And again, before each course, they do a speech, both on the wine and the food. And did he do the wine one first before?
Yep.
Okay, so the gentleman talked about the rosso, and then Georgia went to go discuss the dessert portion, and they brought me this plate of mine with a candle on it
and a card
that they all signed.
Yeah.
And she said, "This is one of my best friends, Laura. It's her birthday today. They're here celebrating. This is our other great friend, Ashley. We have this, they do this podcast, Red Wine Case." And she announced the podcast to everybody, to 50 people. And they were like, "What?" And it was so funny, because Ashley and I had talked about before we went, like, man, I wonder if we should take like some business cards, and maybe we can like talk to them, and hopefully like just leave some of the cards, and maybe they would leave them, leave them out around the bar area or whatever. We didn't really know what we were walking into for sure, but forgot them. And then we get there and we're like, we're just here to enjoy the experience. Yeah. Obviously, the goal was not to plug or promote the podcast at all in any way, shape, or form. It was to enjoy for my birthday. It just happened to be something that goes hand in hand with this other passion of ours, right? And so she totally like announced it to everybody, and we had been talking with people around us that like we definitely normally enjoy reds over whites, but we didn't say anything about the podcast while we were talking to any of them. We just went on and enjoyed ourselves about our day. And then the people that were sitting next to me gave me this look like, "You didn't mention that," right? And she was like, "You guys really have a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, what is it called?" And we're telling them, and like everyone's like writing it down, looking it up on their phones, like, where can I find it?
Pulled up their social medias to find it.
Yeah. And so we were like, you can find us pretty much anywhere. And so like, it was just this really, and everybody, the whole fucking 50 people sang happy birthday to me.
They did.
These are complete strangers.
And then as they all left, because we stayed and sat at the table for a while, every single person that left was like, happy birthday, happy birthday.
And then would stop, and some of them stopped and talked about the podcast. What was the name of that again? We're about to check it out.
Yep.
And I don't know if you looked, but there were some new regions.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. I looked today because of my curiosity. Yeah,
I know.
There was some new regions today.
Well, shout out to all our new friends.
Yeah, we've got some new listeners.
The guy next to me was like, so what's this podcast about? And it's kind of hard, like for men, for me to talk to the podcast with men. Because we're women and we talk a lot about women's issues, and wine is typically a woman's thing. Like, you don't see a whole bunch of men out here just like drinking wine. There are some, music in the bottle guys, and
sure,
John will enjoy a couple glasses of wine with me here and there. But so this guy next to me was like, well, tell me about it. I was like, we just get on there every week and we pick a new bottle of red and we review it because red wine's our jam, and
we rip about life. We
talk about life, and we're both moms to boys that do stupid shit. And
we paraphrase
I was
this.
Like, we swear a lot, so it can be kind of crass. I guess you have to be okay with that. And the guy next to me was like, I like swearing. It's like, fucking awesome.
Yeah, like. It's obviously I think the majority of our listening base is likely women. However, like, we keep it light, we keep it funny,
Sure.
We keep it real. So I think that as long as we're not talking about if you're not listening to like the birth episodes,
right.
it can be relatable regardless.
And I think it can offer, like, some of the things we do talk about can offer a nice alternate perspective to men.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it could maybe give you some insight that you didn't think about when it comes to, you could be sitting right next to your wife and she's over there giving you the look.
Yeah,
but
go buy her some tacos. I'm telling you, it fucking works every time.
So it was just such a fun from start to finish.
Yeah,
one of the most memorable
the
times.
Best day.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was such a good vibe.
It wasn't even my birthday, and it was like the best day.
It felt like your birthday, didn't it? It was so amazing. The food, the wine, the company, the people, the service.
Oh, the service,
the
was
winery.
Great.
So here's some other things that we want to mention. So Free Run Cellars is they also do they're partners with what? Tabor, or
so they're owned by the Moersh Hospitality Group.
Okay, right.
And they own Tabor Hill, Round Barn, and Free Run. And I think there's one more, but I can't
think what it is. Free Run, what she said is kind of their smaller venue.
Yep.
Did she say it was Round Barn that has the parties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Round Barn's their party venue.
Round Barn's their party venue. Another winery. And they do some awesome events out there. They were telling us about one that we were really hoping we could have gotten to this weekend. However, we already had previous plans. But they're doing like a 90s themed party out there. Super fun.
Their 30th birthday. I think they're celebrating their 30th birthday or
something like that. And it's going to be like 90s theme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Do the math, Laura.
Do the math.
Thinking is critical. So that would have been amazing. So we unfortunately aren't going to be able to make it to that. However, they are hosting another one of these Epicurean dinners. We don't know what that means. We were going to Google it before we started this.
We did not.
Does it mean like pairing? Google it, Ash, while I'm talking.
Okay.
Epicurean dinners series, and it's going to be the last one of the year. They're pairing again with Kitchen and Cake, so the food is going to be fire, right? We already know.
Oh, it's a disciple or student of the Greek philosopher Epicurus.
It's not helpful.
I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. What is the meaning of being Epicurean? Adjective. Fond of or adapted to luxury or indulgence in sensual pleasures, having luxurious tastes or habit, especially in eating or drinking.
There it is, and that's why. Because, man, was it luxurious, and all of the things, all of the words you just used to describe it. It was fucking amazing. So
they have another one in September.
Farm to table is the theme for this one. So we understand now why. Georgia told us that last week, or when that, it was last week. God, I'm losing track of my days. It was National White Wine Day.
I didn't know that.
I didn't. You did? You said?
I did not.
Oh, I didn't either. Because why would we? If it's not National Red Wine Day, why the fuck would we know that? We wouldn't. Because it's not something we would celebrate. However, if I get to celebrate it with one of those amazing dinners, I'll absolutely do so. However, in September, they're hosting another one. Farm to Table is the theme. It's going to be very much more fall flavors, fall focused. More meat, we were told.
It's on September 8th.
September 8th, which is what day of the week?
The Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Starts at 6.
We will be there.
Yeah.
We will be there. We will absolutely be there. We are discussing with them potential possibilities to maybe do some live recording there or something.
Yep.
Yes, something, partnering with them to obviously help promote that again. If you are interested in an amazing event of eating and drinking and just the best, most beautiful natural setting you could imagine, I would highly encourage you to run to their website. I would assume you can get to it from both Free Run Cellars website as well as the Kitchen and Kegs or Latitude 42 site.
Facebook, you can get to it from Facebook.
Yep. And
it is
purchase some tickets.
It's a hidden gem out there.
It is.
So like
it's a bit of a drive from Kalamazoo.
But take a day. It's part of the wine trail that's out there. There's a whole like 8 stops or something like that on the wine trail out there. We should take a day with your girl
off.
The whole Thursday? I leave for a cruise the next day.
Oh.
Or 2 days later. I probably can't. But I could take a Saturday. We could do a whole Saturday day. I was just thinking
we could have made like a day out of it. We could have done some. We could have hit some of those 3 on the way there.
That would have been really nice.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sorry.
Fucking cruise.
Next time.
You and your good time. I'm not a hater at all. I'm
not mad.
I'm not mad at all. At the least. I'm gonna pack myself in your suitcase.
Done. But it's such a beautiful hidden gem. And someone started following me recently on Instagram. Sincerely K&J, sincerely something. Anyway, they I should find it. They partner with Free Run and they do picnics. They set up those like really fancy,
those like
very
fun,
tailored picnics in the same place that we had the dinner.
Oh, nice.
So like, there's just so much cool, and there's like a body of, and I say a body of water, it's like a stream or a river or a pond
behind
or
it,
something where they have like Adirondack chairs, so you can like get a glass of wine and go sit in the water, at the water, not in. You can't go in the water.
I mean, depending on how much wine you have, you certainly could try it. I wouldn't recommend it. They might kick you out.
Please don't.
Yeah,
we're not encouraging
promoting that. Sorry.
We are here to promote the beautiful ambiance of Free Run Cellars.
Yeah, and don't do anything stupid.
Especially don't
name
drop us. But it is a beautiful West Michigan hidden gem, and I feel like everybody that is listening, if you're in the West Michigan area, if you're visiting the West Michigan area, like, please don't count them out. Go find it, enjoy it. It is beautiful out there. And if you have the chance to attend a Kitchen and Kegs event, don't pass that up either.
As I lick the bottle.
As you licked the bottle. That food is phenomenal.
It
and
really is.
I
couldn't be more excited about the next one as well. Like,
no.
I'm over the moon about
it. Georgia did promise that it's not a lot of squash flavors, which I'm happy about because I don't like squash or pumpkin.
Me neither. But I can do like pumpkin cheesecake.
Gross.
Oh, I can do anything cheesecake. Although I don't love like the one. I'm not gonna. Anyways,
it's not what we're here for today.
Yep, no, we're not talking about cheesecake. But highly encourage you to purchase tickets for that. If anybody wants to make a date out of it, because Ashley and I are going to go. If you guys want to join us, let us know, and we can, carpool, or if you want to make it a girls' night or something.
Yeah, what a great idea!
Any of our friends that want to join, I would highly encourage it because and Georgia would be beaming from ear to ear. She was so cute, so sweet, per usual. She was Georgia to a T, and she was so amazing.
And she was so happy to have her people there, like, and,
And we're happy to be there watching her in her element.
She was phenomenal.
Just so proud of her
Georgie,
and everything she's got going on.
You're
there.
great.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was from start to finish. It was literally one of the better meals I've had in a very, very long time.
Yep.
And, with the drinks, the whole ambiance, the whole setting. I mean, what we're doing here, we cannot we can't even touch like truly how good of an experience it was. And we're not blowing smoke because we don't even know how to do that. It literally was. I don't know how to do that. But it literally was amazing.
It was so good. Yeah. We have to give a shout out to Jen because she was fantastic. She was
such an amazing host.
So sweet. She came right up to us and she was like, "Okay, so I listened to the episode Sensies and Blendies."
And she was like, I knew that you were going to be my people because of the way you guys talked about crab rangoons.
We love them.
She was like, those are my kind of girls. And I was like, oh my God.
We definitely can be. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
She was great. And I cannot remember the director of marketing's name. But
I want to say Deb. But I don't. I hate to.
I'm really bad with names.
I know. I am so sorry. But I swear.
Please don't.
I swear it was Deb.
Please don't hold this against us.
Please don't. We had also been drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're not great with names even when we're sober.
No.
Neither one of us.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Mm-mm.
Please forgive us.
But you were a wonderful gem.
As we dig ourselves out of this hole.
Uh-huh. And Matt, the Matt Moersh, the gentleman that explained the wine, he was great and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
It just was all around like a really, really great experience.
They've got a special thing going on out there.
They really do. And again, Laura and I don't know how to blow smoke.
No.
We truly don't. And our resting bitch faces are like the telltale sign of that. We don't know how to blow smoke.
We were cheesing, I think, the majority of the entire time we were there.
And this is not us blowing smoke. Like it just was so good, top to bottom, left to right,
again,
start to finish.
This is not a paid promotion. We literally are discussing this because one, it was a memorable experience that we'll never forget.
Yeah.
And two, we would love to encourage you guys to go check it out because if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely.
If that's your thing and you're into good food and good wine, which I mean we are.
Yeah. Check out that dinner.
It was absolutely worth it. It was
September
worth the
8th.
drive. It was a little bit of an hour drive from Kalamazoo, maybe. It was worth every minute. We had a great time and we can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I'm excited. So thank you to Free Run.
Thank you, Free Run.
Thank you, Kitchen and Kegs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the Moersh Hospitality Group.
Mm-hmm.
And
our girl Georgie.
And to Georgie.
And to our new friend Jen.
And to
our
Jen.
crab rangoon friend.
Jen, if you could put some crab rangoons on the next menu.
I don't know if that's farm to table.
Whatever. Maybe she can just slip us one on the side.
So maybe they can figure out how to do something with the stuff and
like a deconstructed.
On a crostini.
What? Shit, bitches. Hired. We're hired.
And like we said, go visit Free Run, but do not jump in the water or sit in the water like Ashley said, because we don't want y'all to take no chaos on our behalf out there to Free Run, even though chaos is inevitable.
That's why there's wine.
That's why there's... Don't do it. Don't sit in the water. And don't be a dick. That would make you a dick.
That would make you a dick, and we do not promote that here.
Cheers, you guys.
Bye.